Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11, we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good afternoon. It is Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B and BA. How is everybody doing today? And yes, it is De-Feated Day on Friday. It smells like old bad feet too, I'll tell you. It sucks.
De-Feated Friday. Okay.
That being said, from what I saw, I pray to God Ragnow's ready to go next Thursday, or it's going to be more of the same.
Yep.
I
said the interior line was the key to the whole Lions season this season. And yes, they won 7 games. 7-5 is not bad. And people that keep calling this team trash and they're 7-5 are idiots.
Right. And we saw another team that was supposed to be a playoff contender lose to a team that's been struggling. We saw the Chiefs lose. We saw the Bengals butt rape the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good game. Somebody said we were going to get blown out by double digits. That didn't happen. We were down by double digits early. And a lot of that had to do with the whole offense looked off kilter after St. Brown went out. I don't care what anybody says, the whole offense. Goff did not have his number one receiver. He was trying to make reads. Didn't have time. Micah Parsons was in his face a lot. Rashawn Gary was in his face a lot. Devontae Wyatt and Colby Wooden even got in there. So I don't care what anybody says. Goff was not the issue. He only missed 6 passes the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get the timeout. That's true. But that also comes from coach. Oh, I don't want to bitch about refs. You know what? We lost the game on the field. That's what matters. Was that first touchdown a touchdown? That's debatable. The ball did look like it was moving, and the guy kind of like him-hawed before he gave an answer. If you remember when they asked that might be entry, he was like, yeah, well, you know, you can switch hands with control, and he left it at that.
That wasn't a catch. If that was a catch, then Calvin Johnson in the Chicago game that set that rule was a catch. How about that?
Right. And the ball shifted before he got up.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas Harper made a great play. Oh, you're right about that, Fred.
Mm-hmm.
And your dad, you sound like one of them. Lost one of my lights. Oh, well.
Well, it's not. Yeah, it does not look good because until the interior line, which has been a problem the whole season, you need that. I'm sorry, offensive lines matter. And it matters to our team because that's where our offense runs through. So,
right. If you look, neither one of the running backs had a great game through the middle because there was nothing there in the middle. The A gaps and the B gaps are closing fast. The only time the A gap opened up, Jared Goff ran for 24 hours for yards, but he's not mobile.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of that narrative too. Because I think
Goff,
that was
Goff. Nobody should be saying nothing about Goff for this game. Nobody. I don't want to hear that. Did he drop that pass? That was a fleet. I said that was doomed from the very first anyway. That was just a bad trick play. Dan Campbell just needs to stop. Just give you know what, Dan? Just give the play call back to Morton. He can't be as bad as your ass is right now. No, yeah, Jamo had a game.
You can get mad at the fourth down shit. He's still completing them at over 50%. And at the point he did it, they even said on the broadcast that it was the right time to go for it. So
yeah, but
just didn't
bad
execute.
play calling. I don't mind him going for it, but in the middle of the field, bad play calling. You can't run 4 straight times and think that's going to get you through the fourth down. He does that stuff too damn much, and it's stupid.
And at the same time, I'm saying the fact that he went for it isn't the problem. Poor play calling and poor execution both happen. You can't have both happen.
Well, like I said, poor play calling.
I don't think they look. I don't think they look high school quality. I'm not going to say that because
no,
Panthers are a good team and we're a good team. We're separated by 1 win. You guys act like it's. I don't get it.
And one thing, we're not winning the division because Green Bay has already made sure of that. So, what's up, Steve?
So let's look at the numbers, by the numbers, and you'll actually see this was a better game than you think it was. Net passing yards, almost identical, 234 to 233. Rushing yards, 125 to 119. Yards per play, 6.0 to 5.9. We actually had more first downs. We were better on third down. Fourth down is where we failed. They made all 3 of theirs, 2 of them for touchdowns. Both teams had 60 offensive plays. We allowed 3 sacks. They allowed none. Both teams punted twice. We also had more penalty yards. The penalty yards, 3 of those were on defense, and all 3 of them equaled first downs, which extended drives. Tackles, they had 36. We only had 30. Our tackling even looked bad. Both teams made a field goal. Both teams scored in the red zone. So, this game wasn't as bad as you made it out to be. Yeah, the O-line was bad. It happened. The first quarter is what ruined us. I don't care what anybody says. If you watch that first quarter, we had pressure. We just didn't have enough pressure to move him. There was QB hits. There was all sorts of stuff, but he never had to move out of the pocket. Hey, we all want that. We've been chirping that shit for what? God, ever since the 2014-15
the NFL ain't going to do that because then they'll have to be held accountable. And then when they're held accountable, then the NFL is going to lose money on that because that's what helps them with the bettors. It rocks hands in hands with Las Vegas. That's all there is to it. So,
absolutely right, Fred.
Well, they've done it before. That's not an excuse either.
Yeah, but that was the Giants.
They've done it against many other teams too. I mean, it's not. It's
Tom Kennedy had a good game.
Yeah, Tom Kennedy came out and balled out.
But we finally saw Jamo caught one of his first 3 passes, and what happened?
Mm-hmm.
What did I say every game? If he misses one of those first 3 passes, they go away from him. If he misses all of them.
They had no choice in this batter. They had to go to him.
Once St. Brown was done, I'm quite sure Dan Campbell said, "You better catch this next one, motherfucker, because Goff needs you." If we make the playoffs, yes, and we're still in a spot where we can make the playoffs. We're not in the playoffs, but we can make it.
Well, Super Bowl run is what he's saying, though.
A Super Bowl if we get to the playoffs. I answered it. He's going to miss 1 to 2 weeks. They haven't came out officially, but it is an ankle. I don't know what type, but it's an ankle issue. They didn't say it was an Achilles. They didn't say it was a sprain. They just said it's some sort of ankle strain. That's what we want. I don't care what anybody says. This is what you want to have happen. You want the Bears to lose. Because if they win, they have a 2-game lead over us in the division and a 1-game lead over the Packers, or half a game lead over the Packers. If you want the
Lions just gotta they have to do what they gotta do. If they can't beat Dallas, it's a rough course, because then they gotta go to LA, and LA ain't bullshitting. So
what
and this is a perfect opportunity for Stafford to put the nail in the coffin for us.
Well, what's funny about this is, even though he stepped on Goff, he handled the ball off. He wasn't touched by another player. It wasn't a sack. And there was positive yards out of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's presence of mind. Because we don't know if that was actually the plan, to hand the ball off or not. But when things go sideways like that, Goff makes good decisions. Just like on that bad flea flicker they tried. What did he do? Did he try to pick it up and run with it? Hell no. He covered the ball up because there was defenders right there. Actually, it is in our hands. What we got to do is start winning. Stop this win one, lose one shit. Because that's what we've been doing for the past 3 weeks or 4 weeks. No, we have not. If we win 4, and I think we will win 4, look who we play.
Yeah, well, look who we played when we had to play the Giants. Should have beat Green Bay. But until that interior line gets fixed, or they find something that's going to work on the interior line, they're not going to win. They're not going to be. It's not going to be the easy wins that we think they are. And Ragnow coming back, I'm kind of mad at that, because Rag, you waited to the last fucking minute to bring your ass out of retirement. You could have done that from the get-go. You see how bad the interior line was playing. Don't act like you didn't. So I know he watches games. You could have been here sooner.
Wow.
Now you're going to wait to the last minute.
Wait. You're saying the team is not good and we're 7-5.
Right. 7-5, we're good. I don't know why people keep calling this team trash when they're 7-5. You must not have been here you must not have watched this team. You definitely will be a bandwagon fan if you didn't know this team before Dan Campbell and company got here. Because 7-5 would have been great. We sucked before then.
Oh,
sucked.
The Vikings lost. They had a rookie QB come in who did practice all off season and play the game of his life. They haven't had another game like that. Why? He's not that good.
It wasn't even that. It was that the defense came and played again. They hyped on where the weakness of the Lions are. It's the interior line, and that's what they were doing. They were killing that interior line.
I understand that, but I'm addressing that specific statement. We couldn't get going on offense because they were in our backfield faster than Goff could get it off. He has a 2.7 release point on an average. He didn't have that entire game. He barely had it this game. And yeah, he was 20 of 26, and people are acting like he's the problem. I don't get this mentality. Goff is not mobile. He ran 1 rush for 24 yards. That wasn't 2 rushes. It was 1 rush, 24 straight yards. I know, because he's on my fantasy team. It scored for me.
I know one thing. I heard the most ignorant statement today about, if Daniel Jones was the Lions quarterback, he would be better.
No, our O-line. Our O-line is playing like the Giants O-line did last year. Right now.
Yeah.
And that's because once Mahogany got hurt, and now Glasgow's hurt, you see this. You see
Goff
what's
is not
going
to
on.
blame. Goff is doing an admirable job of what he has right now.
I mean, he's second in the league in touchdowns, and 2 of the people that are right with him 3 of them have already played. Dak played. Pat Mahomes played in the game versus
Mhm.
Dak, and Jordan Love played.
Lamar
Goff has 6
Jackson
more
played.
touchdowns still. Lamar Jackson played, but he's not even on that
Yeah.
sheet, I don't think. He might be at the bottom. Yeah, look. There's all the ones that are close. The only one that's ahead of him right now is Matt Stafford, and he hasn't even played yet. Daniel Jones only has 17. He has 7 interceptions. Dak Prescott, 7 interceptions. Pat Mahomes, 7 interceptions. Drake May has more interceptions than Goff. Jordan Love is playing at a good level, but it's 19-3 now after 4 touchdowns.
Oh, you know what? That was actually after the Lions game, because according to what I have on score, Prescott is the leader at 32-61. Pat Mahomes is right behind him. Drake May is 31-30, which he is on there. And Goff,
Okay.
so Goff is actually 4th.
So he's 4th now. This must have been during the game that they put that up then.
Yeah.
That's Ford Field in the background. That's Ford. But still, he's 4th in the league.
But he's still 2nd in touchdowns.
Yeah.
Until Matt Stafford plays, which has 30. Prescott and Mahomes already played, and they got 25 and 22. Drake May still got to play. So, I mean, Goff is still doing his thing. Goff is not the freaking problem. He is not.
And the offense really isn't the problem.
No,
I mean, offense it's not. In general. But we have a problem with our offense. How's that?
Our offensive line, yeah.
Right. When the offensive line is blocking well, guess what? We run well. Guess what? We win games.
Mm-hmm. You got it.
We saw that with the backup last week in Coyote Awasika and Tristan Colon playing left guard. What happened? We ran all over them.
Yeah. I mean, it's also the defense that we play against. Obviously, we're gonna play weaker teams better in the defense if the offensive line is working. I mean, look at the Commanders. Commanders don't have a very good defense. I mean, you're right. We're playing the bad teams and we're winning, but we're losing against good teams, and the good teams usually have the better defense, and that's the problems that we're having. So,
you know what's funny about this? You say our secondary is torched, but Love had time. He had more incompletion. I think he was 18 or 22 at 30 or 20 or 18 at 30, but he just had a lot of yards because they had a lot of yak yards too. But at the same time, look who got beat on those plays. It wasn't Terrion Arnold, and it wasn't DJ Reed. It was Amik that was burned on most of the deep plays. He was the one that was covering Watson on the 51-yarder. He was the one covering the other guy on the other long pass. He was the one on Musgraves even. So I don't want to hear the whole secondary was torched. The guy that got tired while everybody was injured got torched. That's what I saw. He's not looking as crisp. He's not looking as fast. He's not making his change of direction. He's almost picking his own guys off and leaving guys open on accident because there's no communication back there.
That's because Kirby's not back there.
I understand that. I'm just trying to put it into perspective. The grades are not out by PFF yet, so I can't go that way with it. I wish I could. But I can't. Good Lord, Mike. Everything's acting up on me today. I'm trying to get to some stats here. Yeah, he was 18 of 30 for 234. People act like he threw for 300 yards. We still have only given up one 300-yard passer all season. Tackling. Our highest tackle total was Brian Branch with 7 solo, 3 assisted. Jack Campbell had 9 with 4 solo. Alex Anzalone had 9 with 5 solo. Aiden Hutchinson had 6 with 3 solo. No tackles for loss. No passes defended. No QB hit. Meek Robertson had 2 solo tackles with 4 total. Thomas Harper had 1 solo with 4 total. Terrion Arnold had 4 tackles, and they all were solo. He was doing a great job. So was DJ Reed. Leo Dorsey, he was mostly on special teams. Sione Vaki on special teams had a couple tackles. DJ Reader had a tackle. Malik Williams had a tackle. Roy Lopez had a tackle. Trevor Nowaski had 1, and Al-Qadim Muhammad had 1. And this says a lot about Aiden Hutchinson right there. You know, I'm trying to point out the negative here. I'm trying to look at the positive. Stop looking at the negative. Actually, he's exactly the same player before the injury. We don't have enough people on the opposite side of him again. And it's not because they're not good. It's because they're not doing their job. Everybody's blaming Hutch when he's getting doubled and triple teamed, and Al-Qadim Muhammad can't beat a one-on-one. So all they got to do is focus on Hutch. And that's what they're doing. We saw that versus the Giants. 6 pressures and 4 QB hits and a sack last week. And then this week, he had like 3 pressures. Davenport just got back and he's rusty. He did play like maybe 5 snaps, but he did nothing. And I don't know why anybody expected him to do anything after being off since week 2. That's 11 weeks he's been sitting on the bench. Tom Kennedy on kick returns, but he had a 27-yard average, and he had a 21-yard punt return. Jake Bates hit a 31-yarder. Jack Fox, 2 punts, 42.5, and pinned 1 inside the 20. The other one, we were so far back he couldn't do anything with it. They put him. McNeil did nothing. He collapsed the pocket a couple times, and that's about it. McNeil did not register a single tackle. And everybody's bitching about Hutch. That makes no fucking sense to me. Josh Jacobs still didn't get 100 yards rushing, nor did he score a touchdown against us. What did he have, like 17 for 83 or 88, something like that, BA?
Who's that?
Josh Jacobs.
McNeil? Yeah, he had like 83 yards. He had 83 yards.
Yeah, 17 carries for 83 yards. He had a long of 29, which was ridiculous because he was hit by 6 guys and he didn't go down. You realize, okay, let's think about that. We were behind by 10 points most of the game, is what I saw, correct? Most of the game, we were 10 points behind. You want him to kick field goals from midfield, which would be 2. That'd be 2 that he didn't kick. He did kick on the 3rd one. We were trying to get a touchdown to get it lit to a field goal tying situation, and that didn't work on the one inside the red zone. That's why we were 2 of 3 in the red zone. So you want him to take those 2 field goals when they still scored 31 points. What's 6 plus 24? Just answer that for me real quick, B.
30.
Doesn't that make us lose by 1 still?
Yeah.
If you're playing for
behind, game situations, I mean, everything looks different when hindsight's 2020. But you wouldn't be in those positions had there been better play calling by Dan Campbell. That's the idiot stuff that he does to get to that 4th down situation. Stop doing that stuff in the middle of the field. And unless you're going to make a good play, like I said, He should have passed on 3rd down and the one that he went for 4th down. He should have passed on that. He should have even passed on the 4th down. They knew they were going to run. They haven't been running effectively all day. And you're going to start doing that shit?
And I agreed. I agreed with that. I already agreed with that. We addressed that a long time ago. I'm saying you take those 6 points and they score 31 and we only score 30. We still lose the fucking game. You got to try to go for a touchdown in some of those situations. You have to when you're behind. Was the play calling good? No. But the fact that they tried, it was the right call. Even the announcer said it was the right call at the time to go for it.
And 2 assists, 3 pass defense.
Okay. I just, when people start blaming players that are paid a lot of money, when they put up a good performance, whether you like it or not, and to blame those players. Blame Amon-Ra for having a hurt ankle then. He's paid a lot of money. I mean, Jesus, I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, was the in-air yards good? No, we didn't have time for the in-air yards to be good for Goff. When he has time, that's when you see his average yards is around 11. Guess what? Love had time. His average air yards was 11 yards. There's your difference. You got to look at O-line play. You know what the bad part is? They were on a backup guard. They were on a backup center. They still played better. Why? Those guys have been playing the positions as the starter longer than the ones here in Detroit. They gelled together. They got better as the year went on. Give credit where credit's due. The Packers came out with a good game plan. They executed it, and they won. We evidently don't have a game plan yet. And I don't get it. And it's irritating.
We won't have one until we fix the interior line.
Yeah, that's the problem, Steve. Steve, that's the problem. That's the problem. Everybody knew Gibbs was getting the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So they stacked it. You saw that? They put 8 guys on the line. They knew what was coming. They had no chance.
Everybody knew that. Even the Lions fans knew that.
As soon as I saw the setup, I said, we're not getting this one. Frank Ragnow came out of retirement. And yes, he may play this week. He couldn't play last week because he was signed 24 hours before the game. Actually, less than 24 hours. He was signed at 4 p.m. Will he play against the Cowboys? Remains to be seen. It probably depends on how he does in practice this week. I'm saying probably yes, because what are we going to do? Throw Cologne back out there? Bring up Eguakun? I wouldn't put Cologne back out there at center ever again. He looked worse than Glasgow. That's
Glasgow will be back, hopefully.
I hope he isn't. I'm sick of that revolving door at the center position.
Well, if What's-His-Face don't come back, if Ragnar don't come back.
You know what? And as much as I love the Wolverines and I hate Ohio State, so they try to get rid of Moore. I hope Ohio State wins. I'm that sick of Sharon Moore. He has handcuffed Bryce Underwood. Look at the 3 weeks when the OC was running the team. Exactly. So, but guess what? No matter what happens, we can't go worse than 3rd place right now. It's way too early to make announcements like that. It's looking like they will be. They just lost another game, too. If I remember right.
Who's that?
The Pistons. Didn't they just lose a game last night?
They lost the game the night previous, Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Stopped their winning streak at 13. But that's fine. They can restart another 13-game winning streak.
That's right, because they took Thanksgiving off. They leave that as an NFL holiday. But yeah, we lost by 3 to Boston.
Huh. So, in reviewing every touchdown that the Green Bay Packers had, every corner was victimized by a touchdown. DJ Reed gave up one. Arnold gave up one. Hell, Branch and Harper gave up one. And Meek gave up one. So, all the defensive backs.
I understand that, but in the deep passing, I saw Meek getting burnt more than everybody in the middle of the field. That's what I saw when I was watching. I was like, damn, he's burnt again. That's all I kept seeing. I visually saw him getting burnt.
Yeah, he wasn't getting his burn as much as you thought he was. First of all, and second of all, again, without Kirby back there, there's no continuity on those defensive backs. There's not. DJ Reed played out of play a couple of times. I watched him. He played out of position a couple of times. Branch, as good as he played, as far as making some, getting in there, he played out of position a couple of times. That was one of the ones when he got the touchdown scored on him. Well, he got blown by the what's his face? Who the hell the guy that caught the first touchdown? He got beat by him. And then they were all out of position on a lot of plays. And that's why a lot of them got beat. Because Kirby is not back there captaining the secondary. That's all there is to it. That's a big loss.
I know it is.
I mean,
I'm not saying it is.
Kirby needs to come back to solidify that secondary. That's what he needs to do. Because if he can come back in there and get that secondary fixed, dude.
Until I see him on a practice report as practicing, I'm not saying he's coming back.
This is true. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's got to come back. If he doesn't, I mean, that secondary is going to be, until somebody knows how to take a lead in that. It won't be Brian Branch.
If the Bears win, it's because of that Philly offense being that bad. Let's be honest about it. Because look at what happened. They were up 21-0. They were up 21-0 and lost 24-21 to the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, we do need Kirby. 100% Deshaun Radney. BA and I have been saying that during this whole back and forth time.
We need Kirby just as much as we need Ragnow.
The only game we didn't need Kirby for was the Bucs. That was it.
Yeah,
that's the only game we didn't need him for, because they all stepped up. But after everybody saw him step up, they looked for the chinks in the armor in that game film, because there was some.
Yeah, and somebody was saying, well, what happened to the defense? I'm like, well, notice the defense has been playing worse and worse since Kirby has been out. When he was in there, even when he got hurt and everybody thought he was going to come back, the defense was playing on a level field. But then once Kirby has started not playing, the defense has started looking bad. Well, at least the second half of the defense is looking bad.
The corners are fine.
So
in my opinion.
What's that?
The front seven has been pretty damn good. We've had a couple bad games here and there out of the front seven, but nothing horrible.
Yeah, they need to get more pressure, though. I mean, they need to get sacks, period. They need to come in there and hit quarterbacks in the mouth, because they're just sitting back there and having dinner or lunch half the time. They need not to be comfortable. And again, this is another thing that they have to address in the offseason, getting another defensive end to help out Aiden Hutchinson, because it's not working out with the people they got right now.
The fall off of Al-Qadim Muhammad has been like off of a cliff.
Right.
The first 5 games, he was fantastic, other than the Packers game, but he was just a rotational guy. As soon as he came in for Marcus Davenport, he looked great. All teams had to do was watch all of those sacks, see what his big move was, and prep their tackles against it. And that's what you're seeing now. They're doing what they need to negate the one move he has that works, because he's a one-trick pony. Hutchinson was his first year. Remember the first year, Hutchinson, if he didn't blow by somebody, he wasn't getting sacked.
Yeah, and that's where they need to be. But see, that's where they need to be incommunicado, because Hutchinson is like, look, if he wants to do good, he's got to make sure the other side can do good. And you need to teach Muhammad, hey, dude, hey, you got to do this, this, and this, man. You got to make these moves, and they need to train like that, so that on his other side, there's much of a threat. So I mean, it's just, I don't know. Detroit's got. Okay. I mean, they're not a bad team like people are talking about them to be. First of all, but
right. First off, I want to take us off. I want to take us off camera real quick, there, BA, because I want you to see what I created with the AI here in StreamYard for a background.
It almost looks like the Seattle back, that Seattle arch back there.
Yeah. Yeah, because they made it look. They didn't make it look like a dome, but you can see it is, because that's a window there, and you're looking outside, and you don't see the buildings past it. It's weird, but I overall.
Oh yeah, well,
we will do something.
Weird how they did that.
Hey, Broski Bear, and no, not today, buddy. I'm not ready for you today. I am not. It wasn't a blowout.
Right.
I understand that, Paul Jones. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, they're not utilized. That's another thing that I've been watching a lot lately with the defense too. They're not using Brian Branch on a blitz a lot like they used to last year. That's something I need to see.
They haven't been using him in the nickel a lot anymore. They've been using him as a viper more, but a little further back. But he hasn't been in that nickel position, blitzing like he was.
They're making him as a safety. But like I said, this whole thing will select. I'm telling you right now, if Kirby is able to come back, this whole conversation goes away. I'm telling you that right now. That whole conversation.
I'm looking forward to next week, and that's what it'll be. So Monday will be PFF Monday, because by then I'll have the grades, and we'll talk about the best performances and the worst performances. Because the only PFF grades I have versus Packers that keep coming up are from September 8th, and I don't want to review those ones again. But I want to thank everybody for watching. Yes, we're in third place. Yes, Minnesota's last place. Right now, yes, the Bears are still in first place, because they were when the week started. But if they lose, the Packers are in first place. And I'm not saying they will lose. And I'm saying that they have a chance to win, because Philly's offense has been that inconsistent. Do you agree with that statement there, BA?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not because of Philly's defense. Philly defense does good.
If Chicago beats Green Bay today, I will give Chicago the green light, because it's still Philadelphia. They're still the Super Bowl champs. You played them in Philadelphia and you beat them.
Right.
The Philadelphia got beat in Dallas. That's a different story. But to beat them, you got to beat Philadelphia in Philadelphia for me to be impressed. And if they do that, then I'm not gonna make fun of Chicago no more, because Chicago's been getting by teams. They know this. The record isn't always what it seems to be.
And our record,
if it wasn't for the fact that,
I'm sorry, but in the 5 games we lost, we played horrible O-line play.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I'm saying, though, they played the Giants, and Dart was killing them. They didn't win that game until the fourth quarter, when they put Russell Wilson in there, who was effective as a tree stump in the middle of a freeway. And then
he's been washed since he left Seattle.
Yeah.
Peyton got the best he could out of him for 7 games that season. And which one did he pull him after? Ours.
Mm-hmm.
And the bad part was that was probably Russell's best game of the year that year. But this has been Lions Talk with SJB and BA. I hope you had a very happy Thanksgiving. Rest up. Go back and rewatch the game. I know it hurts to watch a loss, but go back and rewatch the game. and then come back and let's talk Monday. Because I guarantee you'll see what I saw. When you're watching it with fan eyes, you miss a lot of the mistakes. You do. Whereas BA and I, because we want to talk and sound like we're intelligent, we try to pay attention to the little things. And there was a lot of little things that went wrong. I'll leave it at that. But try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love to everybody in the chat. I appreciate you all very much. And go Lions.
One pride.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.